back to Emotional Mojo. Okay, ladies, what do Oprah, Ellen, Halle Berry, and Billy Joel all have in common?
You're going to tell us.
You may not guess this, but they all suffered from depression at some point in their life. And if they can feel depressed, seemingly having it all, it's no wonder so many regular folks feel the same way. And our next guest is here to help. Welcome, psychologist and author of Magnify Your Brilliance, 5 Keys to Emotional Freedom. Dr. Samantha, we've got you here. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
This is like the perfect time to talk about this. Why is the feeling of depression magnified over the holidays?
So a lot of people think that the depression rates increase during the holidays, but they don't the rates themselves don't actually increase during the holidays. But the intensity of sometimes of feelings of loneliness, of wanting to withdraw, that's what gets intensified around the holidays. Because there's that expectation that you're supposed to be with your families, you're supposed to be with other people.
And be happy the whole time you do it.
Exactly. But you don't feel like that. You don't want to do that. And so it can feel a little bit more intense.
Yeah, and I bet a lot of the depression also comes from people who have lost family members.
Absolutely.
And they're having to deal with that around the holidays, and it's rekindling some of that.
So it's for some people, if they've lost somebody recently, it's a new experience, experiencing the holidays without that loved one. So yes, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know, it's interesting because this next question I can completely relate to, because in the middle of your doctorate, you started to experience depression, and I'm actually in that place now, finishing up my doctorate. And sometimes I'm like, oh my God, what's happening to me?
Yes.
So, you know, what was taking place with you during that time?
So in my book, I talk about in 1997, if you remember, Princess Diana, she died, and it was very tragic. And I'm from England originally, so at first I thought that my grief reaction was normal, and then it just kept lasting longer and longer, and I was really overwrought and very tearful and crying all the time. And besides going to my classes, I really didn't want to do anything else. And so the longer it went on, the more I realized this is not right, this is not normal.
Yeah, and that's got to be tough. I mean, from the position that you're in, to have to notice your own signs of your own depression.
Well, and I think in some ways it's a good thing, right? When you have the background and you can pay attention and you can see, oh my goodness, this is not okay. I don't need to feel this way.
Yeah.
But it's kind of almost a double-edged sword, because you also feel, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be able to help people.
Right.
And I'm suffering from this thing as well. And so it was really difficult.
It's like you know it intellectually, but emotionally you struggle with it because you know that you're supposed to be able to help others.
Right.
But you're right, it is a double-edged sword,
It is.
but it can be a good thing as well.
Absolutely.
I know this sounds horrible, but if you guys and celebrities can have those feelings, I think it makes us feel a little bit better that, you know,
It normalizes
anybody,
it, right?
exactly, that's all I
It
mean.
does normalize it, absolutely. Depression can hit anybody, and
Yeah.
you know, there's lots of ways. One, that we can get in our own way as well.
Yeah.
But it can hit anybody. It doesn't matter what you have in your life. It doesn't matter what you've been through. It can hit anybody. Being really attractive, having lots of money, being very successful, it doesn't exclude you from experiencing
So
depression.
let's talk about these 5 keys then to emotional freedom.
Okay.
You lay these out in your book, and let's break them down.
Okay.
What do you got here? What are some of the things that can
So
free us?
So the first one is to discover your purpose and passion. So what it is, why are you here on this planet? What is it that you want to do with your life?
Okay.
And having passion for the things, that purpose that you have, that you want to do. A lot of people are in jobs that they don't like, and they go to work every day and they're feeling miserable and unhappy. But if you really understand why it is that you're here and that's what you're doing, it gives purpose to your life and energy to your soul.
And I love that, because that makes us look toward our future, and
Absolutely.
depression means we have no hope
Right.
for the future.
Yeah,
so it's
absolutely.
just the opposite.
That's right, absolutely.
Okay, so you find your passion, your purpose.
Yes, and then the second key is dissolving emotional blockages. So we have an accumulation of what I call toxic sludge that we pick up along the way as we grow up. So we pick up a lot of negative beliefs and negative messages from different people who say things to us, or relationships that we have at school, sometimes dysfunctional family members, and we carry that all along with us. And if we don't resolve all of that stuff, it's going to hold you back from shining your light and being brilliant.
Right.
Wow. Wow.
Now,
This is good. I mean, this is like,
stuff.
you know.
Now you have these 5 steps. Are they kind of like the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, where we have to achieve one before we go to the other, or can they all help us?
Are they linear?
They're all blended together.
Can we go ahead and see what the other ones are? Maybe we can just like pick one of the last 3 to chat about. We've got living fearlessly. I think fear gets in the way for a lot of people.
Yes.
Unshakable self-confidence. How do you attain
So
that?
that is knowing who you are, so that no matter what other people say about you, you know who who you are. So a lot of times when I work with kids who are being bullied at school, this is what I talk to them about. You know who you are. If what they're saying about you, is it true? And what often happens is there's a kernel in the child's mind that they believe that. And that's why it hurts so much.
So you're challenging the negative self-talk to a certain
right,
degree.
absolutely.
Fantastic.
Wow,
Yeah.
I think this is amazing. And what was the final one? Did we get all 5 of
The
those?
final one is owning your magnificence.
magnificence.
Realizing that you have an internal light to shine and allowing yourself to shine that brightly.
Dr. Samantha Madhosingh, thank you. The book is called Magnify Your Brilliance, 5 Keys to Emotional Freedom. It is available online now, and it sounds like something every single one of us could relate to, whether it's for ourselves or a friend or a family member. So
Definitely.
thank you for
Thank
that.
you.
I appreciate it.